These are true facts about the city of Seattle. Nestled up in the northwestern corner of the mainland of the United States is the city of Seattle. This city is known for being one of the driest cities on Earth. I kid. It does rain quite often, but it is more drizzly. This is so because of Seattle's geographical location. The city lies between two mountain ranges, the lesser-known Olympics to the west, and the more famous Cascades to the east. These two ranges generate Seattle's iconic cloudy weather. Surprisingly, Seattle actually gets less inches of rain per year than New York, Chicago, or Atlanta. Maybe people should start moving there instead. It's getting overcrowded. Seattle is known as an inland seaport. This is possible because of the stunning Puget Sound. Oh, you mean the Puget Sound? Okay, not the greatest name. Does it smell bad or something? Oh well. The Puget Sound is home to the world's third largest ferry fleet. Only Vancouver, BC and Sydney, Australia have higher levels of ferry boatery. The primary reason for this is because of the remarkable depths of the sound directly around Seattle. The deepest point of the sound is over 900 feet deep. To understand this in terms that Seattleites can, it is about 1,660 venti cups of coffee deep. That's so deep the city's most famous tower, the Space Needle, would be submerged under 300 feet of water. Admittedly, that would be one great view, but rather hard to get to. Speaking of my former home away from home, the Space Needle. This iconically dainty tower resembles what would happen if Captain Kirk got really drunk one night and decided to park the USS Enterprise on top of a TV tower and the back half of the ship breaks off. Oddly enough, the Space Needle actually inspired the design of the Enterprise, as well as the buildings in the Jetsons. It was originally built for the 1962 World's Fair. The theme was Age of Space. And it was one of the most successful World's Fairs to date, with over 10 million people over a 6-month span. That's quite a bit of people. Most buildings used in the fair were designed to last for years to come. The most famous 3 of these include Key Arena, the Pacific Science Center, and of course the Space Needle. The fairgrounds themselves became known as what is now called the Seattle Center. The view from the top is actually quite extraordinary, giving 360-degree views of the surrounding city and lands. In the last few months, the Space Needle has undergone a radical renovation, revitalizing this stunning landmark. The most interesting part of this historic renovation is the revolving glass floor, the first of its kind in the world. Oddly enough, it is part of the Sky City restaurant. Whose idea was that? I mean, seriously, if you think about it, that's terrifying. If they'd wanted to give people a heart attack while eating, just make the restaurant a McDonald's. The Space Needle is one of the most incredible places to visit in Seattle. However, it is not the most visited place. That honor goes to the Pike Place Market. The Seattle icon opened in 1907 and is one of the world's longest continually running farmers markets. Small business owners from all over Washington state sell their products here, including farm fresh produce, hand-blown glass, gorgeous bouquets, and most famously, fresh seafood. Pike Place is one of the few places on Earth where you might literally get nailed in the noggin with a thrown fish. Can you imagine it? Walking through the market, sniffing some of the gorgeous bouquets, and getting bitch slapped by a salmon? Daunting, isn't it? Pike Place Market is also famous for another reason as well. The Seattle Cum Wall. Oh dear lord. That's horrific. What kind of people? Oh, my apologies. That is a typo. It's the Seattle Gum Wall. That's still freaking nasty. This colorful, unexpected attraction actually got its beginnings because of the market's theater. While the masses waited for the show, they would leave their gum on the wall. Yep. Instead of finding a trash can like civilized people, that's what they do. Seriously, that is just not sanitary. That is the last place I would want to wait for a movie. Imagine it during a rainstorm. All the gum starts to get all moist and drip again. Sticky, sticky, Seattle style. Just across the street from the main market, you will find the original home of Seattle's most iconic coffee place, Starbucks. Seattle is home to more coffee shops than any other city on Earth. Shocking, isn't it? However, please try to avoid most Starbucks at the start of fall in Seattle. Not because of the coffee, rather the locals. Reason being, if you are in Seattle the day the pumpkin spice latte drops, prepare to be trampled by Seattleites wearing overly thick coats as they beat each other with their iPhones just to get that first succulent drop of the season. Hashtag PSL. Another of Seattle's neighborhoods is Capitol Hill. This vibrant, colorful neighborhood is home to many great restaurants, nightclub, and the Seattle Gay District. It is also where you can find Dick's Drive-In. This charming local burger joint first opened here in 1955 as the second store in the chain. However, it was made famous by the musician Macklemore in his music video White Walls, where he happened to perform on the rooftop. Another Seattle legend, Jimi Hendrix. He is one of the most influential musicians, songwriters, and guitar players of all time, which is why he actually has a museum dedicated to him, the Mopop, formerly known as the EMP Museum, located along 5th Avenue, just north of the Space Needler. This vibrantly colored building resembles what happened after a 50-story high Jimi Hendrix beat the crap out of it with his guitar and then decided to stop halfway through. This museum is also quite extraordinary due to its collections as well, featuring a wide variety of music and pop culture memorabilia and props. Literally, it has something for everyone to enjoy there. Speaking of enjoying things, since 2012, in Seattle and the rest of Washington State, it has been legal to purchase, smoke, and enjoy marijuana. Since it's been legalized, the weed industry has racked in billions for the local and state economy. That is a ton of pot. Which explains the city's nickname, the Emerald City. It was nicknamed this, thus because Ganja Town was taken by Snoop Dogg. I kid. Seattle is actually nicknamed the Emerald City because of its lush evergreen forests that happen to surround the city, giving Seattle its year-round greenery. If you are ever in the Pacific Northwest wanting somewhere to explore, Seattle has something for everyone. Just remember to avoid Starbucks in the fall, because if you don't, you might just get trampled.